It is officially Monday, July 22nd, 12 a.m., which means it is the beginning of the reading rush. I really just wanted to get a head start and start right when it turned 12 o'clock because I really couldn't wait. I finished a book today. I wanted it to be a quick read because I finished a book on Saturday and had nothing to read, so I read Little House in the Big Woods by Laura Ingalls Wilder, and of course I enjoyed it. It took me on a little trip down memory lane. It was definitely a book of my childhood. The book that I'm going to starting for right now is The Sun and Her Flowers by Rupi Kaur. This will be fulfilling the prompt of reading a book in the same spot, which is on the couch here. It'll get me out of my room. It's very hot in my room. This is a poetry collection. This is her second installment, and I think I just want to read maybe the first 2 or 3. There's only 5 sections. I think I want to read half of this. I'm getting pretty tired. I took a melatonin at 12 because I wanted to be able to wake up sort of early or at like a reasonable hour. Goodreads tells me that I'm 46% into this book. I was going to read another book once I tucked myself into bed, but I'm actually pretty tired. So it's now 11:48. It's almost 12 p.m. I woke up to so many notifications of missed out reading sprints because everything is done in Pacific Standard Time. I am here back in the same spot as I was last night to finish The Sun and Her Flowers. I actually have to check if the Reading Rush website is still down so that I could update the pages that I've read, but I do want to finish this. It is 12:19 right now, and I finished The Sun and Her Flowers. Rupi Kaur's writing is very simple, and I don't mean that in an offensive way at all. I really actually might prefer it because I feel like with something more complex there are so many different ways to interpret it, which might be really helpful, but I find that more difficult. I really like being able to read Rupi Kaur stuff, and some of it is complex, but I also like reading something right away and being like, yes, I can relate to that. You know, like sometimes I don't want to have to be analyzing something all the time. But I finished my first read, yay! I think I'm going to head over to the Reading Rush website right now and check it out, and then I will introduce you to my next read. Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. It's pretty long for a romance. It is over 400 pages I'm seeing now, but I really want to get to this book. The Reading Rush felt like a really perfect time to get to it. My mom actually came home right when I started reading Red, White, and Royal Blue, but I was able to participate in my very first reading sprint, which was really fun. I didn't get very far into this book. I'm only on page 25 because, or the end of 25, because I was eating lunch and talking to my mother. I focused more on that. My July, I said that weird, reading tracker. Yay! Since I already read 248 pages of The Sun and Her Flowers, I want to be able to surpass 400 pages. That would leave me only reading about like 152 pages of Red, White, and Royal Blue, which hopefully I can do. I got pretty far into Red, White, and Royal Blue. I participated in yet another Twitter reading sprint, which I'm very happy about because I got so much reading done. I'm currently on page 176. Only wanted to get into 152 pages, so I'd say I'm doing pretty well. I actually wanted to take a bit of a break and go to pick up some groceries that my mom wanted me to get, but it's like been raining pretty sporadically. New York is still in a heat wave and it's been pretty nasty, like hard to breathe nasty. As you can see, I'm back. Started raining extremely hard after I got out of the grocery store, and when I got home, I got a warning from my phone telling me there is a flash flood warning until 8:45. So cue the montage that I got. Anyway, I only got like 5 things, just really simple things. My legs are all wet. I wore my short rain boots and my socks still got wet, and it's still humid as heck outside. It's really disgusting. Hopefully with the rain today and tomorrow that goes away. Wednesday, I guess, because it's currently 2 o'clock on the dot. I did really well for the first day, I have to say. I finished 2 books. I finished The Sun and Her Flowers by Rupi Kaur, and I was able to finish Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston, which gives me a total of 666 pages. I really enjoyed this book. I think it was living up to the hype, but I only gave it 4 stars. I did start a new book, but I only read 13 pages of the new book before I went to shower, and that is Dear Martin by Nick Stone. This book already is intense, diving into the race relations right away. I just began part 2 of Dear Martin. According to Goodreads, that's 58% of the way through. I'm getting through this book very quickly, not just because it's YA, but it's just all so real. This book is very angering because it really reflects the harsh realities of the America that I currently live in. I live in New York City. New York is a very liberal state. New York City is even more liberal. I very rarely see blatant racism. I'll see microaggressions and things like that. But this book takes place in Atlanta, I think, or Georgia at least. There's like serious blatant racism of white people throwing around the N-word and white people saying that affirmative action doesn't benefit the majority, or how black people have the same opportunities as white people, so I don't know why they're complaining type of bullshit. I'm just sitting here so angry and glad that there are people speaking out to him and standing up for themselves, or people who are advocating for minorities. And the girl who does Sarah Jane SJ, she knows her place. She knows that she's white and she's privileged, and she like checks herself and she's like, I'm sorry, I overstepped. I don't mean to put you on the spotlight and take over the spotlight as a white person advocating for a black person, which is very PC of her. Part 1 ended right when shots are fired. This cop, like, what part of him thought his life was in danger because young kids were blasting their music and they happened to be black? Of course he thought his life was in danger. Same goes for cops. You're telling me that you, with your bulletproof vest and your partner as your backup, are afraid of your life for a single black person who may or may not have a weapon on them? I thought I was getting tired, but I might actually just finish this entire book before I get to sleep. I finished this book in about 2 hours, probably less if there were no distractions, which means I just finished my 3rd book. So far today I read 208 pages, which is the entirety of Dear Martin. This book is also going to be 4 stars for me, I think. It definitely was raw and gripping, but I don't know, it didn't have that extra little cherry on top factor that made me think that it was really amazing. But I do think it is a must read, and the ending is really heartwarming for me. It gives me hope that change can come. It definitely solidifies my belief that education is what everyone needs. However ignorant and naive you may be, you just need time and education to learn on your own. My studies have also forced me to look into what the right wing is saying and do my research, and to like try at least to understand where people are coming from, because I don't know someone's situation. It is 12 hours later and I have started a new book, but I've gotten very little into it. I don't even think I'm 20 pages into the book. I started The Necessary Death of Lewis Winter by Malcolm Mackay. I've done nothing. Oh my god, I read so much yesterday because I think I was just being really ambitious, and I was really excited because it was day 1. I've just been watching people's eating rush vlogs. I really wanted to finish this book today. I think it's like 300 pages. Where has my ambition gone? I also have just been drinking coffee. A friend of my mom's brought it back from Puerto Rico, which is really cool, until I realized I'd started drinking it at 4. It doesn't say cafeína anywhere, but I'm gonna assume that there's caffeine in it. So I guess since we're not sleeping tonight, I can make up for the pages that I didn't read today, hopefully. Oh my god. I'll update you guys when I read for real. I don't know when that's gonna be, but I'll come back. Wednesday. I'm in the same clothes, but I wanted to do a little bit of a check-in because I barely vlogged yesterday. I finished The Necessary Death of Lewis Winter by Malcolm Mackay. I can't decide between a 2 or a 2.5. This book was very interesting. I did like a reading sprint of my own from 11 to 12. So in the hour, I read 104 pages. I started tracking again once it hit exactly 12, and I was able to finish the last 48 pages of this book. I read over 400 pages for Tuesday, and now for Wednesday, I've already read 48 pages. I think I'll give a review of it at the end, but clearly since I'm deciding between 2 and 2.5 stars, I didn't really enjoy it. The concept of it was interesting to me. I feel like it's something that would come up in a police type TV show, which would interest me. The sentences were really short. Rarely were they 10 words long, like very, very rarely. They're very short. I just couldn't get into it. It was just way too choppy. Anyway, that gives me a total of 4 finished books for this reading challenge, which is really great. I do still want to read 7 books to fill out the 7 prompts, which leaves me 3 books to finish. I have 2 of them here. I don't know which ones I will read. Wait, I actually have 3 books left. Yeah, I have 2 books here to read. Actually, no, I have 4 books left to read. Something is happening to me. Oh my god, I'm so mad at myself. Oh my god. The Necessary Death of Lewis Winter was a backup. So I just read an unnecessary book. Wow. I mean, technically this was a book that I meant to read last year, so that works. But it sucks because I wanted to enjoy it. And I also have this, which was like my official book for Read a Book that I meant to read last year. Okay, so I think I'm going to start reading this right now. It is 6 a.m. and I clearly got ready for bed, but I never went to sleep. Yo, fuck this coffee. Fuck me for drinking it. OMG, people. Between the 5 a.m. that I decided that I could fall asleep and realized I couldn't, and like 7 a.m. I actually spent the entire time on my phone, which is like crazy. What the fuck? I was watching people's YouTube videos, reading Rush vlogs and stuff like that. I fell asleep somewhere before 8 because I decided to read. I lost my page, so we're gonna have to find that. I definitely got over page 100. I didn't quite get to 200. Also, the pages of this book smell amazing. I've been hearing super mixed reviews about this story, so I am like a little worried. They're starting to become like friends. Mi-young is obviously very reluctant to that, being the gumiho. I guess I'm liking it so far. I don't have thoughts where I'm like in love with it, but I guess we'll see. So good morning. Today is Thursday. I actually went to sleep right at 12. I needed to wake up early today and wait for the roof guy. I read Wicked Fox right up until 12. I'm over 50% definitely for sure. I really wanted to enjoy this book, like, but I've heard very mixed reviews about it, which made me very nervous, but I'm not letting that sway me. It's so fast. Like, I don't know how fast it's going for a book that's going to end up to be 420 pages. Like, the turn of events just happens so quickly in like only like 2 pages, and then it moves on to the next thing. And so I'm like, wait, hold up, I want to hear more about this. But then she already moved on to the next thing, like bam, next day or whatever the heck. Now it's like couple months later, we're at like the climax, I guess, of the whole thing, and we're going to try to solve all of that by the end, I guess. I still have my receipt for Barnes & Noble, so right now I'm leaning towards 2 to 3 stars for this book. So if it's not above that, I'm planning on returning it. I don't think the execution of it was done really well. I'm not invested in the characters enough to want to care about this book more. Finished Wicked Fox. And oh, I actually need to keep track of how many pages that I read for today because I'm about to return this book to Barnes & Noble. My mom is leaving soon and we're going in the same direction, so I'm just gonna leave with her. But this book is a 2-star for me and I don't think it's worth keeping around, so I'm gonna return this. There were just so many turn of events that happened that I was not expecting. Like, there were too many twists and turns into getting to the final plot. I just couldn't keep track of everything that was going on, and I feel like the book ended off like there was going to be a sequel, but I don't think that is something I would enjoy. So sadly, this one is going back home to Barnes & Noble. Coda did agree to watching the live action remake of Cinderella with Lily James and Richard Madden. So I think I've decided that my movie will be Cinderella and I'm going to read Geekerella. And although this will also fill a book that is purple, I'm still gonna read Autoboyography. Oh my goodness. I think Geekerella is my very first retelling, and let me say, I'm enjoying it so much. It's been so easy to read. I am almost done with part 2. Not really, but I'm more than halfway through part 2, which leaves me just one last section, and I'm currently on page 177. It's pretty obvious in the beginning that Elle and Darian are texting each other, and Elle does not like Darian, but the thing is, they don't know, she doesn't know that she's texting Darian. Darian knows that he's texting Elle, but he doesn't really know much about her. But the friendship that's happening here, or like maybe a little bit of a crush, is developing, and it's so cute. I'm loving this world, like the nerdiness of the Starfield world. I'm so into it. I think I want to try fulfilling the Instagram challenge for today. So I'm going to go out and look for the kitty cat stray that I love and wish was mine. It's not always certain that he will be there because he's a stray. The stray that I usually see wasn't there today. Decided to go up another street to come home, and I found another stray. And so I bent down to give my treats, and another one came out. They both ate the treats that I had, and I was able to post a photo on my Instagram, and they were very cute. I didn't give them pets because I feel like they didn't want it, but I was able to give them a whole bunch of treats. To go eat dinner soon, but I just wanted to say this is definitely a 5-star read. I was kind of borderlining on 4.5, but the last little bit of it definitely bumped it up to a 5 because it was just so cute. I love how dorky and geeky they are about this whole fandom and how that's how they connected, and I just, oh my god, I loved it. I finished this in one day, you guys. Last night I started Autoboyography and I have read so much. I am 70% of my way through. I am currently on page 306. This is the chunk that I read today. I read 100 pages last night. This is the chunk that I read today, 300 pages. This is my very first Christina Lauren book, and I am very happy with this choice. I just feel so bad for Tanner because he understands the situation that Sebastian is in and that his dad is the freaking bishop, and he's like very Mormon. He has to keep his identity a secret there. I want it to work out for them. This book is so cute, so sweet, so wholesome. After Geekerella, I'm really just reading great books. I think this is another 5-star read for me, and I still have 20 minutes to spare before I leave for work. actually in the middle of editing my video right now, so I wanted to come on and wrap up this vlog. I have my tracker in my bullet journal. For the first day, I read the most ever. I read 666 pages, The Sun and Her Flowers, and Red, White, and Royal Blue. I'm not really sure how to rate The Sun and Her Flowers, so I didn't give that any rating on Goodreads. Red, White, and Royal Blue, I gave that a 4 to 4.5. For day 2, I read 474 pages. I read Dear Martin and the Necessary Death of Lewis Winter. For Dear Martin, I gave that 4 stars, and Necessary Death of Lewis Winter, I gave that 2 stars. For day 3, I finished Death of Lewis Winter and started Wicked Fox, read 312 pages, and only gave Wicked Fox another 2 stars. Day 4, I started Geekerella, finished that, gave that 5 sweet stars, and started Autoboyography and read 575 pages. For Friday, day 5, I finished the bulk of Autoboyography, gave that 5 stars as well, and started Shadow and Bone and read only 390 pages. And then for day 6 and day 7, I finished Shadow and Bone and read 120 pages and 150 pages respectively, and gave that 4 stars. I actually read 8 books because Shadow and Bone was a bonus. As for the book to movie adaptation, I read Geekerella, and I was unable to find Cinderella live action anywhere. So Sunday night after I came back from work, I watched A Cinderella Story with Hilary Duff and Chad Michael Murray. That's like my favorite adaptation. For this entire week, I read a whopping 2,687 pages, and I read 8 books. I'm so glad that I was able to participate in the reading rush, and as my very first readathon, I would say it was very successful. I had so much fun with it. Yes, I did end up reading gradually less as the days went on, but I'm still really happy. I just wish I had more time to read on the weekends. I can't wait to participate in more readathons. If you enjoyed, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe. I do really enjoy making reading vlogs. I've read so many books. I definitely want to do a wrap-up video, so stay on the lookout for that. And in the meantime, happy reading, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!